Hi there, my name is Teri Smith. I'm the owner of Adorable Deco Decor, where we make and sell wreaths and other types of home decor. I also work toward teaching others to make their own designs through my wreath making group. And I've been down here, usually I go live on Sundays, and usually it's later in the day though. And I've just been fiddling around down here working all day, and I'm starting to kind of fade, so I thought I'm going to go ahead and go live while I'm making a wreath, so I don't talk myself out of it later, because I know I will. So anyway, what I'm working on today is a winter owl wreath, or it could be a Christmas owl wreath. You guys probably heard me say, if you follow me much, that I got in a shipment of supplies last week or the week before, and had some birds in it, and I wanted to go ahead and start using these. I've been waiting on them like all season. And actually, usually my Christmas supplies start getting here in July, and I just got them last week. But anyway, I did go ahead and I put this little guy in the wreath just because he was really difficult to get in the last time I did one, and you have to use a skewer and everything, or not a skewer, but a ice pick or an awl to find out where you could put the picks. But anyway, he's in there. I did go ahead and make my bow also. I was kind of torn. I thought this ribbon right here would be really pretty to go into the ribbon or into the bow also, and it coordinates very well. But then you're committed to having a Christmas wreath, unless you told your customer just cut this ribbon out after Christmas. But I think that kind of pushes it over the edge to where it would be actually a Christmas wreath. But I wanted to make one that your customer could put it on their door before Christmas and keep throughout until spring, okay? Or Valentine's Day if they decorate for that. So anyway, let me get my phone going so I can see everybody's comments. I hope everybody's doing well today. Like I said, I've been working like a dog down here all day long, and I didn't get much sleep last night, and so I am tired. So hey Nancy, hey Bonnie, hey Cheryl, how are you? Okay, let me get my little housekeeping things done here. Oh my goodness, they've really messed up my page here. Let's see. I can't even find my, oh well. Hey Connie, hey Linda. My page looks all different for me now. Okay, I think I got it right. I don't know, but anyway, hey Donna. All right, hey Ruth. Thank you guys for being here. And here's another thing. Hey Joni. You guys know what today is, right? Does anybody tell me what today is? Hey, Valerie. It's a gorgeous day in Canada. Hey, Marilyn. Good deal. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, it's really pretty here. It's breezy, but it's much warmer than it has been. I think it's like in the high 50s probably when I took the dog out, sun shining. But nobody's going to say what today is. Hey, Liz. Today is the season premiere of Yellowstone, right? Has anybody else's family been waiting on that with, oh, happy Sunday. Anybody else's family been waiting on that? Yeah, tonight's the first episode of Yellowstone. Actually, my husband's upstairs taking a nap. He'll have a hard time staying up because it's a 2-hour episode, so... Sue says yes. Yeah. Hey, Robinette, Donna. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. Like I said, I did go ahead and I made my bow. And what I did this bow a little different than a lot of them I do when I'm making a wreath. I put 2 loops on either side of this gray plaid. And I love this. It just makes me think about winter and scarves and that. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's actually kind of fuzzy. And then I've got this this gray 1.5 inch canvas, but I didn't want this to be the last ribbon that I saw. I wanted to be sure that the plaid stood out, so I went ahead and stuck one loop on either side of this. But I thought that was really pretty, and it really pairs well with the owl. My plan is to put a bow down here. I was wanting to put 2 owls, but I couldn't get them sitting the way I liked them, so I'm just doing the one. But I'm going to put the bow here, and then we'll fan out on either side with the greenery. Okay, and I had to do a lot of doctoring on this wreath. I know it probably, I don't know, yeah, on camera you can see through here. See how loose this is? I have already kind of tightened it up just as much as I could. I took some binding wire, or bind wire I should say, and tightened it up in a couple of places to try to make it look better over here. I can work with this, but I wanted this to look decent over here. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put my bow in first, now that we got Mr. Owl, and I'm going to have to stand right in front of you here just to see. Okay, I'll put him right over here. And when I'm putting this bow in here, I'm not going around the wreath. I'm going to run the pipe cleaners through the wreath. Even though tightening up this grapevine wouldn't be that bad of an idea, but that's usually why we don't want to do that, because then you're going to be kind of fighting with your stems. So has everybody had a good weekend? We've had a busy weekend. Yesterday, we had one of our grandsons for a few hours, and that was fun, but it wears you out. He's walking and, you know, in constant motion. And then my husband took me out for dinner last night, which we haven't done that forever, just me and him, just us. It was really nice. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and green the wreath, and I have this, it's called Snowy Boxwood. It is so pretty. I don't know if you can see how it's kind of sparkles even with the snow. Oh, thank you, Janet. Thank you. Valerie's wanting to know, is the bow hand-tied? No, actually, this one I use my easy bow because my hands, I've been working so much, my hands are really, really sore. I was boxing up orders this morning and fighting with the tape and everything else, and I just got too sore, so I just used the easy bow. I cheated. Okay, I'm looking at this spray here, this bush. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to make my cuts. I'm wanting to avoid cutting each one individually, so I'm just going to cut a few of them. I think all these stems are pretty much the same length. I hope that didn't kick me off. I just got a phone call, even though I've got my phone on Do Not Disturb. For some reason, it's not working. The other day when I did this, it kicked me off. So, okay. All right, so I think I'm going to get, let's see. Well, I'm going to cut one more. Have you guys done anything fun this weekend? You guys tell me what you're doing, what you're up to. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fluff all this. You know, you want to kind of give everything a little bit of a bend, make it more natural. Okay, and I'm going to start out on either side of the bow, and then we'll work our way around. Okay, all right, so we'll put that back right there. I'm going to dip this in my hot glue over here. Let's see, go about right here. And when I'm placing my stems, I make sure that I don't lay them flat up against the wreath. You need to have a little bit of bend there, and you know, light and airiness. I don't like to just have a, you know, a real flat, one-dimensional wreath, unless you're making a screen door wreath, of course. But I don't make too awfully many of those. Although I haven't made one for a long time, maybe we should do that here soon. try to make one a season, but I haven't done it. I don't think I did it at all in fall. All right, so I'm just graining my wreath, and this is basically just going to make a background for all the rest of the goodies that we're going to put in here. I got a little bit carried away with the glue. I got to put a little moss on it while it's still wet. As it's been my experience, if I say I'm going to go back later and do it, it doesn't happen. Or else I remember it and then I forget where I need to go. Okay, I like that there. And I'm going to be sure to come in here. I don't want this bow resting right onto that owl, but I'm going to wait until I see what other greens I'm going to use, because I've been kind of toying back and forth. I keep changing my mind what I'm going to use, but I kind of want the bow to kind of face or kind of drift off this way and give him plenty of room, because he's the star of the show. This is just an accent, okay? Hey, Angela, how are you? Hey, Norma. There's Pauletta. Getting ready for, oh, Diane's getting ready for the last craft show of the season. I tell you what, those things are a lot of work. I haven't done one, well, since before COVID. My last one I was supposed to do, I bought all the supplies and everything, and then, you know, COVID happened, and so that year we didn't, I guess that was, so last year, but we didn't end up doing anything. All right, I feel like I want to put one more over here. I want the bulk of the design to be up here. I might come back and add a little bit more of this boxwood up here later, but I want the bulk of the design to be on this side. Okay, so I'm going to put one more bunch over there, and then we'll decide what other greens. I'll have to finally make a decision. You guys ever do that? Hey, Sharon, how are you? Hey, Barbara. Rainy and cold in Savannah. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's usually us. You guys are usually beautiful, and we're usually the ugly weather down here, or up here, I should say. All right, let's see where we want to go. I love this boxwood. I feel like it could almost stand by itself. It's so pretty. Let's see. Yeah, I want that. Okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to go up that high or work, and in fact, I don't know if you can see it, but I actually ended up having to put a string of bind wire around it just so it would tighten up a little bit. So I'm going to be sure and hide that. Okay. All right, so we've got our base greened. Oh, thank you, LaDonna. Thank you. Okay, so I'm not going to put any more of that on. Now it's time I've got to make a decision. I've got this spray right here. It's very heavily flocked, you can see. I kind of like that. I'm thinking snowy owl, you know, wintertime, that kind of thing. But I've got that one. I pulled this one. I don't think this is going to give us enough beef, though. This is just a glittery, kind of a glittery fern. I don't think that's going to give us enough of anything. And then I've also got this. I used that recently. I can't remember what I used it in. Oh, well, I guess I used it with that one, so I know it looks good. Let me see. I'm kind of thinking the snowy one. What do you guys think? Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. What do you guys think? I'm thinking the snowy one. I think that's the only ones I brought over here. Yeah, it is. I wish it wasn't quite as heavy a flock, but I mean, I like it. I like it, but it's going to be a little bit messy probably. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. I'm not sure how many pieces I can get out of it. Well, it looks like I can get several, but I'm not going to cut it that much. I'm going to cut it in half at least. Valerie loves the snow. Janet, snow. Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, I'm thinking winter time, and this also has some glitter in it too. I don't know if you can see it or not. Kind of a silver glittery to it. The stem's just a little bit too long. Okay. All right, I'm just going to place this here a second and see if we like it. Oh yeah, I like that. I feel like I need to take it down just a little bit though. I don't like the way this one's laying, so I'm going to take it out and I'm going to place it separately. And I'll have to put a steel pick on it. I didn't get my pick machine over here. So is anybody else doing craft fairs this coming up soon? I've heard mixed results, so it seems like most people are having good sales. But I think it really depends on where you're at. I mean, I know like where I live, where Sharon lives, that's here, our people don't want to pay. I don't think they realize what you have into your product or into the wreath. Now, let me see if I can come back here now. When I tore that off, I think I tore the whole piece down, so I'm going to have to put them in there individually. That's okay. I can hear I don't know if you guys can hear that music upstairs, but he must have woke up. He must be watching the Yellowstone reruns that are before the big event tonight. Okay. I'm just going to have to place these mostly individual, it looks like. All the tape is really dried out on it. I think these two can stay together though. Catherine's Yellowstone. Oh, Diane's saying mixed results of the fairs. Yeah, some people really enjoy it, Diane. I ended up, I mean, I did them for a few years, but I ended up where I just do one at the hospital where I worked because it's so much work. And like I said, where I live, there's not, people don't really want to pay, but my customer base was a little better there at the hospital. I mean, number one, everybody knew me. And number two, they were willing to spend a little bit more money. So it made it worth my while, but we'd have some here at the fairgrounds and they just weren't. Oh yeah, Valerie, congratulations. That's good. You make me feel old. You're talking about the 55 and older community. I'm well within that bracket, but it just makes me laugh how our perspective changes over the years. I used to think that 55 was really old. Okay, I really like that. I like that a lot. I'm trying to see how much I've got of it. So I've got 2 of these sprays, so we'll be good. I know I need to come back here and put a little bit more, but I want to fill in over here first, and then we'll see what we need to do. I already know I can't put all this in there together, though. I'm going to have to cut this down just a little bit. Valerie says she's old. Hey, I'm right there with you. I don't feel old, except when my hands hurt from working. Then it makes me feel old, but I think you're only as old as you act, like your attitude. I think that's what makes your age. All right, now, like I said, I'm going to come down here and work on this side a little bit. Dip this in the glue. And I'm just basically deconstructing this. Some of it I have to put picks on, but so far on this side we're doing pretty good. That's the side I tightened up, though. Angela says she's 63. We're pretty close. Old is only a state of mind. That's exactly right, Sharon. And you guys probably see, I mean, there's some people that you like graduate from high school with, and you look at them, you're like, do I look that old? Because they, you know, they act it. Okay. I like this. I like this a lot. I'm glad we went with the snowy. I think the other one was just not, I don't know, with the boxwood, I just didn't like it as well with the gray. Now it worked well in the brownish tones, but I don't like it with the gray. All right, this one I'm going to have to put a pick on it. It fell apart. So how's everybody doing on supplies? I know, I think some of mine, like I actually had some stuff I bought for our house, and I think it's not going to get here until after Christmas, but well, I'll have something to talk about when our grandkids are old or get older. Remember the day that we couldn't get any toilet paper? Okay. I'm just gonna I'm debating on this. I'm gonna leave it for right now, but it might change. Okay. All right. I got one more piece off of this spray here. Sue says she wants to buy several. Well, of course. Oh, thank you for the stars, Sue. Thank you so much. That's sweet of you. Who says they're 70 in a few months? Is that Nancy or Valerie? Yeah, Liz just turned 65. I know, Angela, you sound like me. I'm always buying. I really should use what I have, but I just can't help myself. I know it. That's funny. I hear you. I hear you. I've been buying boring stuff here lately, though. Boring stuff that I need, like grapevine wreaths. I mean, what? There's no fun in that, right? Oh, Nancy's going to be 70. Well, you don't look at Nancy, I have to say. Oh my, Diane just turned 80. Good for you. Good for you. Pauletta, can't believe everybody's putting their age on there. I started something. No, I'm completely agree with Sharon. I mean, it's all a state of mind. I mean, it's right here and right here, right? Okay. I'm going to turn this toward me a second and see what else we need to do here. Okay, it needs quite a bit down here. I see that. I'm kind of liking this over here for a couple of reasons. Like I said, I had to work on this grapevine over here, so that's going to give plenty of coverage over there. I'll probably need to put another couple of pieces in it, but I do like that, so we're going to keep going with it. Hey Virginia, hey Zuli, how are you? How is it down in Puerto Rico today? I wish I was sitting on the beach someplace. We haven't been forever. Since before all this COVID stuff, for sure. Okay. All right, and don't forget to fluff. I'm going through every time I'm putting these in. I don't know if you've noticed, I'm sitting off to the side and I'm fluffing things, okay? All right, do I want to put this up here? I know I'm going to be right in front of you here. No, I think we'll go down here. That'd be a good piece right down there. And it has a good long stem, so it'll have a good lot of contact with the wreath. All right, I'm going to stick this. I want to put this toward the back. I've got the, let me zoom in here. I want to put this toward the back because I don't want to completely hide this boxwood, okay, because it's so pretty. Okay, looks good. I saw a question, I missed it. Let me see here. Somebody said something about the flocking. Hot and sunny. Good for you, Zuli. Good for you. Sue. That's funny. Oh, flocking get all over everything. You know what? Yes, it does. In fact, some days I feel like I'm breathing it in. But I was really worried about using this, but this is, I mean, it sheds some. You're going to get some, but I even banged it on the floor before I came over here. And this is pretty good, actually. It's not shedding hardly at all. This is a Regency spray. And it's very good quality. Yeah, that was one reason I almost didn't bring it over to the table today. It figures the one day I'm not wearing black. I have a bad habit of doing that. Okay, all right, so I still feel like I have a little bit of a hole over here, so that's where this one's going to go. And again, I'm going to go up underneath here. Not feeling like it's going in very well. I'm going to have to look at it. I might be putting it where I put one of those bind wires. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you should feel a little bit of resistance when it goes in, just to know that it's, you know, in a good place. It goes in real easily, and that's what that was doing. It just kept sliding, and I thought it just didn't have any contact. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to turn it toward me again here. I love how he looks kind of nestled in there. Okay, I'm going to bring a little bit over here to the other side of the bow in this region. If I can find a suitable piece. Yeah, that'll be perfect. I was just looking to see how tight that was. I think we'll be okay without having to put a pick on it. I put that up a little bit higher than I intended to, so I'm going to have to go back and put another little piece, if I can find a short piece here. I meant to put it down a little bit low, or yeah, a little bit closer to the bow, but I didn't. Oh, thank you, Diana. I'm glad. Thank you for letting me know that. Hey, Sandy and Carol. Appreciate you guys being here. Okay, let me look here. I think we're going to go up just a little bit higher over here. I like that right there. I do need a little bit more behind the bow. I got a little bit of hole right here. Let's see. I like that this spray has so many different pieces to it. So really, I mean, I only pulled the boxwood and then this, well, of course, the other sprays we didn't use, but this spray has so many different varieties of greens, we're not going to have to add any others. Okay, right there. Oh, and I started to put this in there. That's no way that's going to stay in there. It's just basically a wire. So I'm going to double it back like this and stick it in stick a steel pick on it. So now it looks like a little harpoon there. You can see that. Okay. Where did I see that? Right over here. Okay. I really like this. Now we still need to work in here too. Like I said, I want to be sure that there's a little differentiation here. I don't want to put the snowy greens right there. I think it'd be a good place. Well, this little piece right here might work. I'll show it to you. It has some snow, but it's not too much. I just don't want anything really white right there. I can get it out. Let me see what this will look like. Yeah, just something to differentiate him from the bow. I'll have to put a pick on this. Okay. I'll do the same thing on the other side. I think a piece of boxwood might work right there. Well, no, not yet. Not yet. I'll put another piece of this. I've got another one of these. I don't. It looks like it may be a eucalyptus. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. Diane's wanting to know, I don't have a steel pick machine, so what should I do? You can use wooden floral picks, and I'll show you one right now. We can do that. This is a wooden floral pick. Has this little wire on the edge here, or on the end of it here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, I'm going to lay it right next to that stem. I'm going to take that wire, and I'm just going to wrap that around tightly. Okay, and then we've got floral tape. And Hobby Lobby has all this stuff. I assume Michael's does. Any floral or craft store should have it. But we just take that tape and just wrap it over that. Now sometimes, if I'm worried about it, sometimes I might take a little dab of glue before I put the tape on, or after. A little dab and make sure it stays. But this tape is not sticky until you pull it just a little bit and put it on itself, and then it's sticky. Okay, so now I've got a pick. And if you don't do a whole lot of florals, I wouldn't recommend getting a pick machine. They can be pricey. I know Nancy here got on here that she got a good one on, was it eBay, I think it was, or Facebook Marketplace one. I'm wanting to do that same thing here. I want to make sure I've got something separating him from the bow. Actually, I might have too long of a pick here, though, since I put the wooden pick on it. But yeah, I didn't have a steel pick machine for a long time. But they sure are godsends if you make a lot of florals. Really save a lot of time. They do have a little bit of a attitude, and they can be temperamental. Just straightening out my bow here. I haven't trimmed the tails yet. I'll do that later, but I kind of got my bow smashed here. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn it toward me now and see what else we need to do. Feel like we need a little bit of white right here. Oh yeah, you're doing it right then. Yeah, the machine makes it easy when it works. But there's times I still have to use a wooden pick, though. You know, sometimes, like if your stem's not long enough, then sometimes you might have to use a steel pick. I almost feel like this is too long. I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. I just want it kind of peek in there. I don't want it to I don't want it to crowd and hide everything else. Okay. All right, I'm going to do just a little bit more behind the bow here. I've got a pine cone too. Should have thought of him sooner, but I forgot about him sitting there. I like that. I'll wait for a minute though. Let me finish up that bow and then we'll work on that. I think I want to put a little bit of that boxwood back there. I'm just going to cut them off individually now so I can place them exactly where I want them. And pull off the bottoms here so I can get the stem inserted. Okay. Now let's put a little bit more of the flocked evergreen back here. Probably going to cut this in half. So I don't want it sticking out too far. I don't want to go out too far beyond my line. Okay. All right, I think we're good there. Let's take a look at it here. Need a little bit of boxwood up here. If I can find it here. Hey, Charlotte. Diane's wanting to know how many sprays I used and where'd I get them. I got them at a local craft shop, but they're Regency brand. That's a wholesaler. I just used 2 of them. Actually, I didn't even use the whole 2 of them. I still got a little bit of it left over. And I'm going to stick this right in here. Let me come over here. Don't want to get it all over his tail. Okay. All right, I think that's good. I do have other pine cones that I brought. I forgot I had that great big one, but I think the size of these might be a little bit better and a little bit easier to get in here. I'm not sure how they come apart or if they come apart. They do not, so I'm thinking maybe trim one of them off and then we'll see what it looks like. So I do like the pine cone. I said I just forgot, and I forgot to leave room for it. Forgot all about it. And the other spray, the other pine cone must have fallen off of that one. It's too far up. my bow all smashed here. I don't want it to interfere with the bow. I kind of like that right there. Let me dip it in some glue. I think I just brought one of these. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to put that there. I'm going to put the one with two. I'm going to put that on the bottom. Hopefully I can find some place because I already put glue on it. Nope. Well, it had glue on it. It doesn't anymore. All right, let me see where I can put these. Now I do like that right there. I forgot I just brought one spray of these over, though. Probably shouldn't have taken those out. Now I won't be able to get it right back in that same spot. Okay. All right, and then I'll get that one. What do I do with it? Oh, here it is. I'll put this one right here. Now this one I'll need a longer pick, and then my steel pick won't work for this. So I'm going to have to, actually I'll probably have to put two picks because I don't have any more of my 6-inch picks. I just have my 4-inch. Oh, Zulie's wanting to know, am I right or left-handed? Yes. I'm ambidextrous, Zulie. How'd you notice that? Yeah, some things I do left-handed, some things I do right-handed. Yeah, I use them both. My boy is the same way. My dad was the same way. My boy, he writes right-handed and plays golf and baseball, everything else left-handed. Oh, so you are too. Okay, that's how you knew. Yep. Comes in handy, I have to say. Yeah, I write right-handed, but a lot of other things I do left-handed. All right, I had to put two picks together, like I said, because I don't have any of my 6-inch picks, and the 4-inch was not going to be long enough. So now we've got a nice long stem. Put some glue on it. Ouch. Okay. Excuse me. All right, let me get my bow all situated. We'll go ahead and trim the tails now, I believe. Trying to get some of my greenery back so that my bow is not squashed. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and trim these. think I'm going to just cut them at an angle rather than dovetail them. Excuse me, I feel like I'm inhaling some of the flocking. Sunburn anyway. Probably coughing right in you guys' ears. Sorry, I've got the microphone right there. And I'm staggering each one, make sure that, you know, I want each ribbon to be appreciated. Just kind of layering it. Right, I feel like I want to put a little something here in the bow. I think we got enough of the flocking going on, but I think maybe a couple of sprigs of the boxwood would be pretty. Just to kind of incorporate the bow into the design. I don't want a real long piece. So I just took one of the stems and just cut it in half. Okay, bring another one over on this other side here. I don't know if this one's long enough, but we'll try it. And that'll kind of help make some separation in your bow also. You guys still doing okay out there? I have to swipe left every now and then because it keeps freezing the comments. When you do that, you just want to make sure you've got good contact with your ribbon. And you don't want it to look like it's too intentional either. And make it look like it just naturally is trying to pop out between those bow loops. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a look at it now. Pardon me. I think that owl is so cute. I feel like I need one more of those. Actually, you know what? I am going to take a little piece of the snow. Where is it? Just keep on playing with it until you find a place you like. I don't like the way that looks for some reason. Yeah, that'll work. One more piece down low. I bet you guys can't see. Sorry about that. I still feel like I need a piece down here. I think that one will work. Okay. I think we're done, guys. I think it's really cute. Really cute, I believe. Bring it up closer to you. Hey, Susan. Is he not adorable? That little guy. Try and hold him upright for you. Keep turning it the wrong one. Yeah, I did bring some berries, but I don't think we need it. I also brought some white fern, some white glittered fern, but I don't think we need it. I think I'm gonna stop right there. Oh, thank you, Susan. Thank you, Diane. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I really like it. Looking in the camera, I feel like I might need just a little bit more. Might need just a little bit more right here. Be a good place to use this last, I've got one more piece from that spray. Let me see. I feel like we need a piece right there, just to kind of fill in that. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Let me do that real quick here. Just like right here. And sometimes, yeah, I get asked that a lot. How do you see your holes? How do you find holes? Well, a lot of times what I do, I've got strings, glue strings hanging off me. What I do is look in the camera. That's the best way. And your eye just goes right to it. Yeah, I just needed just a little bit of rounding off right there. So, okay. Connie agrees. Yeah, so Zuli. Okay. All right. I think we're done. I love it. Love it, love it. Let me look back and see if I missed any questions, you guys. Oh, hey, Teri, I didn't see you there. Oh, Nancy says that At Home has an owl in their Christmas ornament section, $5.99. Good deal. It's good. It's hard to find good birds. In fact, I went back to the store. You know, I made the cardinal wreath a few days ago or last week or something, but I need some more. And I went back to where I usually get them here locally. And they still just had the little ones or the big one. They had the one like this. But he was like $25. I said, no, thank you. I'll keep looking. But it's hard to find really cute ones. I was actually this one is from Market. I got it from Regency at Market. And I'd actually picked out some other ones than the two that I showed you. But then my rep, he's like, no, you don't want those. Come here, I'm going to show you this one. And I fell in love with him. So, oh, hey, Megan, how are you? Thank you, Jen. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, well, I'm going to let you guys get to the rest of your evening. As always, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who sent me stars. I just feel truly blessed. I mean, I don't know, I get on here and, you know, I didn't even know that that was going to be a thing, but I really appreciate it. Don't feel obligated, but I really do appreciate it. Yeah, this, as always, I always put whatever I'm making live, I always put it up for sale in my Etsy shop. I did put a link in the comments here that'll take you right to the listing if you're interested. I'll be live. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, tomorrow I won't be. Tomorrow I've got to go with my daughter someplace. But I'll be live Tuesday around 1 o'clock for our bows. And I'm waiting on some more ribbon. I'm hoping it gets here. But I don't know. I'm going to be thinking it's probably not going to be here. But I'll show it to you if it is. So, okay. Oh, Phyllis, thank you. Yes, you're right. You're right, Zuli. And like I said, I feel like this could go from Christmas on to on through the rest of winter. So, I don't know if you hang it down in Puerto Rico though. All right. Thanks again, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye.